Boy, oh boy, this is wild. Kevin Stefanski under major fire, under major heat for apparently, allegedly lying about Cleveland Brown players' injuries. This is a wild, wild story. We got to break this down. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video. Now, we all know the sabotage has been in. We had owner Jimmy Haslam step in. He's getting rid of linemen who he feels are a part of the sabotage. That's why you just seen somebody get removed. He's bringing in new guy. All types of stuff is going on. Now, circle back 2 weeks. The Wyatt Teller situation, where offensive lineman Wyatt Teller was being rotated in and out of the lineup in the middle of the game, some sort of weird platoon system, and he was not happy about it. He said they were doing that based on performance. Kevin Stefanski came out and said it was because Wyatt Teller was injured. Wyatt Teller denied that. He said, I'm not injured. I'm not hurt. I don't know why he's saying that. Kevin Stefanski is lying. Now we circle up to now when Wyatt Teller's apparently returning, and they're talking about doing this rotation thing again, and he's still claiming he was never injured. Let's go back to the initial spot where this whole thing about Kevin Stefanski lying about this Browns player injury, and it's been more, where this happened, and then we're going to get to where we are today. This is wild. Kevin Stefanski is facing major heat, you guys.
Guy who, should have been the number 2 pick.
But he ain't saying he's injured. And they told him before that they were going to work him in. That's where I don't understand it.
And now
he's saying he hadn't said he was injured. What?
I got a text from my buddy. Also,
that is King Carmen saying Wyatt Teller said he's not injured. Kevin Stefanski is lying.
All Ohio Mike. He goes, oh, that's the Browns way. They bench a guy for playing too well. They never bench anybody for playing poorly.
So this is my issue.
And Wyatt Teller was one of the better linemen that they had. And this plays into the sabotage, guys. These linemen are literally tripping over the air. They're not touching anybody with a different color uniform on. They benched the guy who was actually doing okay. Come on now.
Issue here. I'm going to throw 2 theories by you. One is flowery. I want to throw this by. Guys, I'm thinking on the fly here. I want help on this, all right? 216-474 was on with after.
I always try to kind of give coaches, a little bit of a lot of run game in terms of some to me is what you said about Kevin said one thing and he said the other. When you don't have alignment, it's a mess. I don't care if it's high school, college, or pro. When you're not aligned from top to bottom and you're struggling like they are, it gets exposed. And winning hides a lot. And when you lose, it shows true dysfunction.
So here's my 2 theories. First theory is they just don't like Wyatt Teller and they're seeing something we don't see. And he's 30 years old. Tevin Jenkins is 27.
Tevin Jenkins has been exposed since this conversation, because we're going to circle up to what came out today. Tevin Jenkins has been exposed. He wasn't blocking anybody. He's a part of the damn sabotage.
Jenkins is probably cheaper. They've still done a lot of things that we don't want them to do. That's my first theory. Do you believe that that's a passable theory?
It actually kind of does.
Okay. But I got another theory for you. Now, this would be as Browns gets. They don't have a lot of money to throw around next year. Okay? What's Tevin Jenkins' contract situation? What's your guard situation? I got Ethan Posick, who's up at center. I got Luke Whippler, who's been working in on the offensive line because guys have been getting hurt. Now, I think altogether, Mike Bloomgren's done a pretty good job getting this all with Juwan Jones. We ain't doing this left tackle stuff no more. He's clearly uncomfortable doing it. He could be a good right tackle. Let's leave him at right tackle.
Does it matter if you have a left?
This is how they would think. And Joel Bitonio's not doing a bad job either.
So the theory is they're lying about Wyatt Teller's injury to lower his value because he's not on the books next year. He's going to be a free agent, and they're trying to lower his value so that they can get him for cheap. This is nasty work on Kevin Stefanski.
So if you're going to rotate one guy out, you're not going to rotate the guy who, if you had more team success, would be an arguable Hall of Famer. You're not going to rotate your guy who leads your your franchise in snaps or starts or whatever the number is right now. He's actually beating out Joe Thomas for it. You're not going to replace him. He's playing his final 5 games. It's almost like he came back for charity almost. You're not gonna switch him out and put in Tevin Jenkins. Now I know that other guys.
So they decided, Kevin Stefanski, and this is a part of the sabotage. Wyatt Teller was better than anybody else that was playing on that offensive line. And then you put him in this platoon rotation system and you lie about an injury that Wyatt Teller has categorically denied. Now let's take a listen at what is going on today with this situation.
An update on Wyatt Teller. Obviously, Wyatt's missed the last couple games. In the San Francisco game, he was juggling playing time with Tevin Jenkins. And now, of course,
Bozo the Clown there.
I did.
Actually juggling.
No, Wyatt's not Bozo. There's a couple Bozos over there, though. I don't know who they are, though. They got to be clowns there, right? We got magicians here. Now, this being said, remember, there was the timeshare with Tevin Jenkins, where after the game, Wyatt said it was performance-related. Kevin Stefanski fibbed and said, no, it was injury-related. Well, today, Kevin Stefanski was asked about Wyatt Teller's status for Sunday.
Need to see really how we come out of it the next 48.
Do you anticipate a rotation?
Yes, but need to see how we do the next 48 hours.
That's great. That's great. Thank you for listening to us, Browns. Hey, that whole Wyatt Teller timeshare with Tevin Jenkins upset everyone in Cleveland. Glad we're getting back to it.
And this part, they didn't even say it's like we're rotating with Tevin Jenkins. They don't even know who he's going to be rotating with. They just know that they want to rotate him.
It's not going to be Garrett Dellinger. No, he's off to Tennessee.
No. Yeah, because they fumbled that in such a ridiculous way. It's got to be so frustrating. And I hope Wyatt, after the game, goes off if they do end up doing the rotation that Stefanski alluded to. It makes no sense. Why in a contract year are going to treat a guy this way?
Yeah, and I'm just going to tell you this. I do put this one on Kevin, and I put it smack dab on Kevin. I don't know. I don't think that Wyatt does. I think a lot of guys.
Kevin Stefanski's been lying about this dude's injury. Kevin Stefanski's been benching this dude and doing this rotational thing. And Wyatt Teller has categorically denied being injured. He denied it at the time. He said it was because of performance. They were saying it was because of injury. The stories don't add up. Just like the Shedeur Sanders play thing with the wristband didn't add up. We heard a bunch of different stories. It just nothing adds up. Nothing adds up. Kevin Stefanski has to go. He needs to be fired.
Over there think that the timeshare and some of the stuff that it's coming from the front office. Here's the thing. If your head coach had a set on him, this wouldn't be happening.
I mean, he's got to step in and at least go to bat for his guys. And understand what is going around with Wyatt, understand the amount of money that he's playing for, understand how important. I know the remaining 3 games aren't the most important thing in the world, but for guys like Wyatt, they are. Like getting that good PFF grade, getting that good tape, getting all that stuff, it matters for what his future contracts are going to be.
Also, you cannot tell me whether it's Tevin Jenkins, Garrett Dellinger, may he rest in Tennessee, or Skippy Longstocking. I don't even know the guy they just signed to be the backup center / guard.
Yeah, they're not going to be on the team next year.
Well, but you can't tell me they're better than Wyatt Teller.
They're definitely not.
That is the point. That is a part of the sabotage. You are forcefully playing a bunch of guys that are not better than him, and you're saying he's injured, and he's saying he's not. Come on, man.
You can't. One-legged Wyatt. I could have a gator come up and bite one of those dudes' legs off, and you can't tell me one of these slappies are better, respectfully, are better than Wyatt Teller. And at some point, you know what it is? This is punishment. That's what this feels like. It feels like Wyatt said something they didn't like. He said the truth, which was, I'm being platooned because of my performance. That's what I've been told. And then he didn't follow Coach Kevy's word to a T. And all of a sudden, we're playing with Wyatt's career. I think it's low class. I think it's beneath them. And there's not a lot beneath the Cleveland Browns over what we've seen the last 25 years. This is beneath them.
That is nasty, nasty work on Kevin Stefanski, man. And this is just one of the reasons, Kevin Stefanski is under major fire, and he needs to be fired immediately. Get down in the comments and let me know what you think. This is Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.